Taurus. We're going to be doing a reading, so we're going to get right into it and see what is going on for you guys, Taurus. All right, Taurus. All right. All right. Wow. Of course. All right, so let's see. You guys have the 10 of Cups, and this is showing up in the air of your mind. That's awesome. So, all right, I think it's awesome. So 10 of Cups. All right. Yes. I feel like there's something, you know what I feel like? I feel like there's something that you're thinking of like, well, this only has to get better. Okay. Like that kind of thing. All right. I'm understanding that. Okay. Sorry. God, sorry, I'm a space cadet always, but especially today, I think. So, all right, so yes, well, so maybe that's what it is. Maybe in the air of your mind, maybe you're thinking of something that's like bringing you a sense of like, okay, I feel friggin' like, you know, I feel very safe, or I feel very like comfortable, something about that, okay? I almost feel like this is maybe a little like mind vacation, okay? That kind of thing certainly could be, all right? I mean, not for nothing, I swear. Yep, you had the 7 of Swords at the bottom, so maybe this is a little bit of like, okay, just gonna escape into like my happy place, or, you know, something about that, okay? At the same time, it could be that you're maybe thinking like this is like we're almost there. Like this is like I don't know, we finally arrived here. I don't know, something like that, okay? So all right, let's see. All right, so okay. I mean, it just feels like you're feeling a sense of like, or I'm sorry, thinking rather, a sense of like happiness, or, you know, feeling like at ease with something. All right, that kind of stuff. I got to tell you, maybe there's even something here that you maybe are thinking like, okay, these are my people. This is where I'm supposed to be, or, you know what I'm saying? Something like that, like a sense of like strong community or something about that. All right. So, all right. Yeah, it's like, it feels like feeling seen by like people around you or something like that, you know, that kind of stuff. All right, so you have the Page of Cups. This is showing up in the air of your feelings. So I kind of feel like, I think this is exciting. I think that there's something here that maybe you're, for some of you guys, I wonder if you're just experiencing a lot of synchronicities, okay, something about that, and it might just be bringing you like immense joy, which that is a good thing, okay? That's actually wonderful. I love that. That's super exciting. You know, I feel like if you're watching tarot reading, you probably have already like experienced stuff like that, but like, you know, when some days it's like, okay, if I see like one more repeating number, like, or something like that, it's just, I don't know, it makes you feel like someone cares, or, you know, like something about that. I don't know. A sense of like being supported. All right. So that might be something you guys are experiencing. That's awesome, Taurus. Okay. All right. Okay. And I also think that maybe there's something that you're feeling that you're like, this is kind of new, or like, I don't even know really how to feel about this, but it feels positive. Okay. So, all right. All right, so let's see. You guys have the Magician, and this is showing up in your environment around you. So, all right, I feel like there's just capable energy, that kind of stuff. I feel like there's maybe something that is being constructed, okay, possibly, that kind of stuff going on. I think there's something, I think there's a situation. All right, so I'm getting a real split message, okay? Because some of you guys, this is actually like maybe a lot of kind of reversed energy here, all right? So we are going to talk about that in a second. But for some of you guys, it could be that there is something going on around you that you're like, well, I feel wonderful about this, that kind of thing, because you might be feeling like I know how to create that, or I'm able to get that thing up and running, or, you know, something like that. For others of you, I am also getting the understanding that it could be that there maybe is something that is not sitting right with you, and it could be you might be feeling like, I should have taken action on that. You know, I should have taken action on that, or was that the correct use of like personal power or something like that? Okay, I understand not acting on something when maybe you know, it was the time to do that. Okay, so those are two different. Obviously, those are two very different storylines, but I definitely got hit with that second message, like as we were kind of talking about these cards. So, all right, you have the 6 of Wands. This is showing up as what you're wanting. I think that you are wanting a sense of feeling seen, that kind of stuff. Maybe there's something that you just want to have a win in some capacity, that kind of stuff. All right. I also wonder if maybe this is something that you're like, you know what, I really do want to like maybe have attention on you, that kind of stuff. Okay. Certainly could be. All right. for some of you guys, it's like you want to be recognized for a particular thing here, and Taurus at the same time. So obviously this is going to be one of those, I mean, it's every time you do watch a reading, you should, of course, be, checking in with your own intuition, that kind of stuff. But I think especially this one, Taurus, so maybe this is one you got to check, like, all your placements, that kind of thing, because a lot of, like, mixed messages, all right, or, like, two, like, vastly different storylines, because I'm also understanding for some of you, it could be that you're like, I don't want to be recognized. I don't want to be known for that. That's not what I want to be known for, okay? That might be something here. So, all right. So possible issue here, you guys have the Two of Swords. So you might be feeling like somebody did not see something and maybe they did, or the issue could be that maybe there was something that you kind of avoided or again ignored, that kind of stuff. That might be, you might be having a particular feeling about that. You know what, I got to tell you, it's almost like a what if type of feeling. And I feel like it's like a missed opportunity or like something like that. But at the same time, I'm also understanding, Taurus, there's also a storyline here where that energy has already happened and now we're working through that. We've worked through that energy, okay? So this is a timeless reading. So, most likely whenever you watch this reading, you're going to know which storyline is the one that is that we're currently talking about. So, all right, you have the Five of Swords, and this is showing up as a possible opportunity. Maybe there's a way to kind of like explain your way out of something here, that kind of stuff, okay? And there also might be an opportunity here to possibly, I want to say, separate yourself for a good reason here, that kind of stuff, okay? I also understand maybe using like a particular strategy or something like that, okay? That kind of stuff. Why do I also feel like you did something to see somebody's reaction and that backfired, okay? I am understanding that, all right? Or you didn't react in time. I don't know. There's something. So, all right, let's see. All right, let's see. The Three of Swords. So a bunch of cards just fell. The Three of Swords is there. Then you have the Death card, Two of Swords again, Six of Pentacles. That's you, and then the Knight of Wands. Yeah, there could have been something here that maybe needed to be addressed a while ago, or possibly there was an avoidance of something, and now that has turned into maybe something that is giving you anxiety or making you feel like, I wish I could run back in the past to like pour into something else or to pay attention to this thing instead, okay? I'm understanding that. So, all right, let's see. I'm just going to give these a little shuffle real quick. All right, so Taurus. Yeah, there is an opportunity to separate something here, okay? That kind of stuff. I do understand that. Maybe into three parts. Oh, geez. All right, I'm not gonna do that again. Like a bunch of cards just fell out again. But all right, let's see what's going on. I think you might actually want you might be like pumping somebody else up. I wonder if that's part of this, okay? Or you're wanting to, or something like that. You want somebody to be more confident. Reverse Two of Swords. I feel like you do want that. I feel like you either want yourself or somebody else to be more confident in something that they're maybe avoiding because they're maybe not feeling super confident about something, or I don't know. Okay, I think something was meant to be given attention like a while ago, or you're like backtracking, you're like thinking of that. So let's see. Taurus, I haven't posted in a long time, but I almost want to say the last reading I did for you, I almost want to say we were talking about something about making up for lost time, okay? So, all right, so you have the Ten of Cups and you have with the Knight of Pentacles. I almost feel like that's exactly what I just said, okay? It could be that you're maybe in the air of your mind thinking of something in the sense of like, I got to make up for lost time here, that kind of stuff, okay? I also maybe think that this is you guys maybe thinking like, all right, yes, like the feeling is there. I know where I want to be, or I know something here, that kind of stuff. But it might be that you're now thinking like, but now I have to prove that, or I have to like make, this is a little hard to put into words. And I actually think, Taurus, that's exactly what's going on. I think there's something here that it's like a hard time to say something or explain something, or you know what I'm saying, something about that, even though the feeling is there. It's like the communication piece, there's a holdup in that area. And I think that that is maybe what you're thinking of, okay? That kind of stuff. I feel like there is something that you're like, all right, I want to make up for lost time, that kind of stuff. And I also think that you are maybe thinking of, something in the way of like, I need to really start making moves on this thing, whatever it is, okay? Something that's maybe protecting your own emotional happiness, or, you know, something like that, okay? All right, so you have the Page of Cups, and then you have it, sorry, you have the Page of Cups, and you have it with the King of Cups, and this is showing up in the area of your feelings. So yep, I'm telling you, I really feel like there is something that you are experiencing a whole lot of synchronicities, or you're feeling maybe you're having like strong, like gut instincts, or intuition, okay, that kind of stuff, that, you know, that maybe is just something that you're feeling here, okay? I also understand that there's something here where I wonder if you are feeling like either you or somebody you're dealing with, whatever it is here, has like had like an emotional like glow up, you know what I'm saying, has like really like gone from like maybe a more basic understanding of like feelings, emotions, or something about that, to like a very, like a more mature one, okay, that kind of stuff. All right, I do understand that. I also think that you're feeling a sense of like maybe there's an able to connect with other people, possibly because you have already gone through something, okay, that kind of stuff. I almost want to say a hero. You might be feeling like I want to be a hero for some situation. That's making me think of a sandwich, sorry. That's not what I mean, like I didn't mean a sandwich, but I don't know. It's okay. So, all right. For some of you guys, it's also that you might be feeling like you maybe are feeling like, oh, I wish I handled that situation better. I wish that that's what I'm saying. There's these split messages. It's like I'm getting you guys being like, I wanted to be like an emotional sounding board for somebody to like, you know, that somebody could feel very comfortable with them, that kind of stuff, like sharing emotions, sharing their feelings, that kind of stuff. There's been a breakdown of that, or again, this is like two different timelines like smushed together, you know what I'm saying, that kind of stuff. All right, there really is something about that. So all right, but I do think that you are doing something, I want to say intuitively based, or really trying to like tap into like your emotions, that kind of stuff, but at the same time, I think keeping some level of neutrality, you know, that kind of stuff. So all right, you have the Magician, and then you have it with the Three of Cups, and this is showing up in your environment. This feels like somebody who's putting together some celebration, putting together, I don't know, something here, okay? And I also understand maybe there's a situation where maybe there's a little bit of like manipulation in a group, or I don't know, in a friend group or something about that, okay? That kind of stuff. All right, I don't know where this would even fit in. I'm getting like insider trading, or getting like something about somebody falsifying the yield of something, or falsifying the results of something, or you're feeling like you have to get everything together in order to kind of do that in some sense, okay? That could be part of it. I also am definitely understanding maybe something about putting something together, again, maybe for somebody else's happiness, or you're creating some type of like happy occasion, or there's like, you know, it almost feels like it's like, well, here's the results of everything. Now we can celebrate everything we've kind of like put together or created, that kind of stuff. All right, I feel like that's going on in your environment. Maybe you're feeling like this kind of took too long, or maybe you think other people think that, but I don't even know what this is, but I don't think so. So I don't know. All right. So let's see. You guys have the Six of Wands, and you have it with the Queen of Wands here. This is showing up for what you're wanting here. So yeah, I do think that there is something that you're either wanting to be seen in like the best light possible, that kind of stuff, or you're wanting somebody else to kind of see themselves the way you see them. Okay. That kind of stuff. Maybe there's somebody who's having a hard time in the sense of like, maybe, you know, confidence or self-esteem, that kind of stuff. Maybe there's something here that you're like, I want to build this person up. I want to build this, you know, build this person up, that kind of stuff. Okay. Certainly could be. And at the same time, there might be something here where you are maybe wanting somebody else to see that maybe they're holding somebody else up in a better light than they need to, or you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. So, all right, let's see. For some of you guys, I'm also understanding being like, this needs to be ready. This needs to be ready to be seen, that kind of stuff. Like it needs to be ready to be seen, whatever the heck it is. I also understand something about wanting to maybe show up to something and just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna, not like I'm gonna wing it, but like I feel maybe, again, feeling confident in maybe being seen or having attention on them. And I keep saying them, like I guess, I don't know if this is like a cross-watching reading or you're really, again, trying to like build up somebody else here, that kind of stuff. Because it feels a little focused, not on you. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. All right. So, okay. And that's perfectly fine, of course. Okay. So, all right. I mean, not for nothing, this is a Taurus reading. So, you know, that doesn't really surprise me if there's an energy of, again, maybe being like, you know, generous with somebody or, you know, that kind of stuff. So, all right, you have the Five of Swords. This is showing up as what to do. There's like a way, again, there's a way to like explain something or a way to get something done. This almost feels like making somebody think something was their idea. I don't even know what that means. Well, again, I do know what that means, but like in reference to this, there might be something about that, okay? Being like, oh, let's make them think that it's like their idea or that kind of thing. All right. But I also think there's something here that you are, I think, wanting somebody to maybe stick up for themselves or like kind of react in a certain way that they're like, there's no other option other than success in some sense. All right. That kind of stuff. All right. There might even be something where it's like, you might even have like I want to say like a rival. Okay. That kind of stuff. There might be something regarding that it's like kind of focusing on that in some way. I'm also hearing stay connected, so I'm not sure, but I did hear that. So, all right, you have the Moon card, and this is showing up as what to avoid. I would avoid thinking, I would avoid not going towards something because there is like nervousness or that kind of stuff, okay? I feel like I would avoid that, you know, absolutely. I would also avoid... There's something about facing your fears or facing something that maybe is making you feel a little bit uncomfortable, okay, that kind of stuff, all right? I think there's something about that. I think that this is maybe an avoidance of being like, okay, well, I feel uncomfortable, therefore I'm going to stop. Or I don't, this is unknown to me, therefore I'm going to stop. I think this is more so like, hey, it's time to do this, okay? Maybe it's like we've thought about this enough, or, you know, again, the feelings are there, but now you, like, let's put get it 3D world, you know, that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's see. You guys have the Two of Swords and you have it with the Seven of Cups here, and this is showing up as a possible issue. Okay, I think there's either something about too many options or there was just like complete chaos. I don't want to say chaos, but maybe confusion or something about that, okay? I even wonder if maybe you had thought that possibly somebody was like just saying something, you know, and just being like, oh, I'm just saying this, but I wonder if there was like some seriousness behind that or, you know, something about that, okay? That might be part of whatever this is. I do wonder if there's something that you're either feeling like you have no options or the issue is that there's somebody around you who does not have a whole lot of options about something right now, or is like, well, I've not seen that, therefore it's not possible. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. And I do think that you're trying to kind of like, I think you're trying to, I want to say like do something in an intuitive way or using like your feelings, that kind of stuff. I don't know if this is like a brand new thing or if there's just this particular situation is maybe there's a challenge in that way. Okay. That kind of stuff. Like obviously all situations are different. Some situation, like so pretend you're taking like a math test, right? And it's like 2 + 2. It's like, so we're not going to use our intuition for that. That's just going to be 4. That's just what that is. Okay. You could be like, oh, but I intuitively feel like it's 6. And it's like, well, see, now I'm a weirdo because now I'm like, well, that all breaks down to a 0 if you ask me, but I'm a weirdo. I'm a real strange person here, Taurus. So I don't know. All right, so let's keep going. That was weird. Sorry. All right, so you have the Queen of Cups, and this is showing up as what to do here. So, I mean, I can't stress it enough. There is something about being emotionally available or really letting maybe somebody else vent about something or really leaning into like your creativity, like something about that, okay? Your emotions or something very much, I mean, you've got the Page of Cups, King of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. You don't have the Knight of Cups, so I don't think this is really like a romantic situation. I think there's just a whole lot of feelings, creation, that kind of stuff going on in whatever this is, okay? That kind of thing. So, all right, you know, I'll say something with this Two of Swords and the Seven of Cups here. It also feels like possibly the issue is like maybe there was something was completely avoided in some sense, and it's like, well, that caused an issue. Avoiding something, I got to tell you, and this is, you know, this is something people say all the time, and it's absolutely true. Not making a choice is absolutely making a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, to not make a choice, well, you've just made one. So that might be something in here. So, all right. There's a level of needing to be emotionally vulnerable, or feeling vulnerable, feeling I want to say exposed emotionally, or something about that. Okay, I do understand that. You have the Page of Pentacles. This is showing up as what to avoid. So maybe there's something about maybe a particular message, like kind of avoid that for right now, that kind of stuff. Okay, that could be part of whatever this is. I almost want to say avoid giving out a message or something before something is confirmed. All right, or, you know, something about that. Okay, that could be possibly it. I'm only saying that because it does feel like maybe there's some confusion, or something hasn't been completely landed on, or maybe there was too much going on and somebody missed something, that kind of stuff. Okay, I understand something about that. So, all right. Okay, so let's see. I'm also seeing a payphone. It's interesting. One of the videos from a little bit ago, not the screensaver, what the heck? The thumbnail is like a pink payphone. So I wasn't trying to reference that, but maybe I am somehow. I don't know. But I saw like a payphone, but it wasn't pink in my head. But okay, it's fine. So, all right, you guys have the Five of Swords, and you have it with the Eight of Wands, and this is showing up for your opportunity. I swear to God, this feels like, first of all, this feels like, I want to say instant results, or it feels like the opportunity is to like, I want to say cause some type of like reaction, or to see to see the reaction of something. Maybe you guys, I gotta tell you, some of you guys, maybe you're content creators and do reaction videos, okay? That could be part of whatever this is, all right? There might be something in that. I also think you have the opportunity to just say something when the time is right, and maybe there's something about, like, again, like sticking up for yourself, or something about that, like making sure that like there is no confusion with something going on here. Okay, that kind of stuff. There's something about working quickly, or there's something about when it comes time to it, to ask for exactly what you want, or say exactly what it is that you mean, that kind of stuff. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. I feel like this is something going quickly. Okay, something really going quickly, or having like some major like truth exposed, or having some, I don't know, something like really like propelled, take off, that kind of stuff. Kind of nice. All right, Knight of Pentacles showing up in the area of your mind. So again, maybe this is something that you're like, I've been waiting for this thing to take off forever, you know, that kind of thing. So you have the Nine of Wands. This is showing up as what to do. So I feel like there's something about persevering, working through something, that kind of stuff. Okay, I don't understand this as like a giving up type of energy at all. I more so feel like this is maybe like standing strong with something. Okay, that kind of stuff. I also wonder if there's maybe something about maybe not wanting to compromise on the way something is completed, or at the very least to, you know, to complete something, because again, it feels like there's a celebration of again, like completing something, or creating something, or having the result of something here, having something to celebrate, something to show for something here. That's what I know it's like vague, but that's what I'm feeling. So for what to avoid, you guys have the Star card here. All right. So I think maybe this is one of those things where it's like, you know, we can't help every single person, you know, that kind of stuff. I mean, it's, in theory, that is amazing, and I wish that like that could be a thing, but you don't want to burn yourself out. You also want to make sure that it's like you're pouring into the things that are like you're intentionally doing that. Okay, that kind of stuff. So there might be something where it's like, maybe avoid going back into something that didn't work like the first time, that kind of stuff. Okay, that could certainly be it. But I do feel like there is something about like a specific level of I don't know, a specific level of something here. Oh, God, this is really hard to explain, Taurus. I feel like it's being selective with the things that you want to like make better or fix, or whatever the heck it is. Or maybe that's even what it is. Maybe there's something that it's like, don't fix that thing. Like once it's broken, it's broken. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. So that was random. I'm not sure. So, all right. So that's what I have for you guys, Taurus. I hope this reading was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, then you can check your other placements. You can check your other placements, or I'll see you back for your next one. All right. Thank you. Bye.